Hey, I want to welcome our viewers to Kennesaw Happening. We're broadcasting from Overture, and we have a guest in the studio that we met, a few weeks back, and I actually saw her husband this morning, and we talked about having Wanda in the studio. She was going to do it remotely, but hey, we're close enough in Kennesaw. So we're going to talk to Wanda, and she's got a book that's just been launched, so we'll talk about that. And I want Wanda just to introduce herself, who she is, who she's with, and who she serves out there, and then we'll start getting to know Wanda.
Okay. Thank you, Pete, for first of all having me on your podcast. I truly appreciate it. So my name is Wanda Pearson. I am actually Dennis and I been part of LegalShield, actually directors with LegalShield for 26 years. And it was something that, because I'm a natural born social worker, that's actually what I went to school for. I wanted to get in the community to help other people when I retired. So going back, I retired from IBM after 36 years. And I said, let me get out in the community and help. So I started with BNI. BNI actually is an organization, because I did not know how to network, but I knew how to talk. BNI helped me to be able to network. And the philosophy of that is people that trust. And I actually got that trust with people that I meet, and to let them know about our services. So our services are very much needed in the community because it's affordable, but also to get to know people. I also do mentoring with middle school girls. So that God just brought me back around circle to do to get back into my mentoring, to get back into the social work, to get back in the community. And I love what I do. I love to get out there, and we've just been progressing every month, with our LegalShield business. So it's really an honor to be out here and to be recognized. And also, Pete, I'm gonna tell you, I'm actually getting my own podcast, which is Ready, Set, Collaborate.
Awesome.
Yes. So this is something that I'm doing. And I just finished my book launch as well. But I want to tell you too, when COVID happened, I got in my office at home and just came back from Chicago. Got back from Chicago, and I said, okay, what can I do to help people? Because of course everything's shut down. There's no more networking, right? So I created my own company, my own brand, W.D. Pearson Associates, LLC. And that was actually getting other entrepreneurs. I did Zooms, webinars with other entrepreneurs to talk about their business and be talking about our business, because collaboration, and that is really what I have a passion with. Collaboration is the key to success. Helping other entrepreneurs, helping each other. How can we be successful? So I actually got into that, and I started helping people, my W.D. Pearson Associates, get their LLC. So I wanted to let them know the journey that I went through, which was not good. And I wanted to make sure they didn't make the same mistakes that I did. So it was an honor to help other people to get their LLCs, to start their business, and to be set up the right way. The business is set up the right way. So
that's you're speaking the language of our viewers, because one, they like service. They like serving, and it's kind of our commitment, my partner and I, of just identifying the servers, because I met y'all at the KBA luncheon, and it was funny that we were talking, and I think you have trained Dennis enough that he even said, "Okay, Wanda, this is for you." Like, because I said, "Come on, I love LegalShield. I've had it for 25 years. Come on my podcast and let's just get an update." Because of all the things, I had an opportunity to cancel a bunch of things. I would never cancel LegalShield. I mean, Bob Leonard, I think I told you, we're on a first name basis, because my girls got quite a few tickets growing up, and he was religious in putting them, helping them through the courts. Hey, I'm sorry, Pete, but we got to take them to defensive driving, but we don't have to pay the big time fine. And it was like, it was so nice to have representation without emptying the bank account.
Absolutely. And you forgot to say no points on your license. Right?
Yes, exactly. That's it. Well, because then they get jacked up with insurance, because you put a couple not DUIs, but tickets on your license. And fortunately, we never had the DUIs, but we had plenty of traffic tickets. So Bob and I, we could be like buddies. And so tell us, like, I'm curious, not to get off the subject. We'll get back to your book and how you're serving. I love you're serving seniors. I mean, not seniors, middle school girls.
Yes.
So let's go to that. What are you doing? What does that look like?
Well, that is actually, I've been with the group name is Stars. One of the young ladies who started it. Actually, El Marie's, the restaurant, she referred me to her.
Okay.
And she said, Wanda likes to do social work. So I've been doing Stars for almost 4 or 5 years now.
Okay.
And it's an honor because when I went to school, in Illinois and actually Ohio State, I've been all over New Jersey. I wanted to get out in the community. So God put me back around to what I was doing. Even though I worked in corporate, IBM for 36 years, I was still doing social work. So people will always come to me. So when I left IBM, I said, I want to get back into doing what I was doing, the mentoring, So the mentoring, the middle school, I mentor at Barbara and Autry Middle School.
Okay, I know.
And helping those girls to have that positiveness about themselves, because a lot of teenagers, teenagers don't believe in themselves.
Right.
So my goal and our goal is to make sure that they believe in themselves, but they know me as the affirmation queen. Ooh. So I make sure that each one of those girls, before they leave out the door, they give me an affirmation. I am beautiful. I am strong. Ooh. I am courageous, so all these different things that we say about I am, and I actually do it on my Facebook page. If you know me, I put everything, my affirmation, because it's really helping those who don't feel good about themselves, that they actually, it gives them that momentum to do better. So so the mentoring has been something that we're doing, and we actually do an induction ceremony for these 2 schools. I think it was November 1st. We're doing an induction ceremony again. But it's just been a pleasure to get the trust of these girls. And Stars is that you are a star. And that's why I talk about with my book, Audacity. That's the first one I did, Audacity to Shine. I love the title of that. That was my first book, collaboration book, because I always tell them you have the audacity to shine. So, yes.
That warms my heart there, Wanda. We're going to connect you up with Scott with Youth Centric. Okay. He's working a little bit higher in the high schools and the colleges, but just what you talked about, the increase of social media has put pressure on girls more than guys, because you don't get invited to a party, you used to never know about it, but now they're streaming it and you go, oh, I didn't get invited to Wanda's party. Well, maybe I'm not good enough to be in that crowd. But it shines so much on the individual. And a girl is, because I have two sisters, 2 daughters, and 5 granddaughters, so I understand the journey of girls. I mean, it's different than guys. And so what I think is so, what do you see in, like, when you said collaboration, what did you, in your book collaboration, what was that like when you decided to go that route?
Well, it was actually talking about the different situation that goes into social work, the different situation that we all go through. So each one of the collaboration book that Audacity to Shine, we all had a different journey. My journey was actually the abuse that I suffered as a child with my stepfather. My father was a good man. So I am like my father today, but it actually helped me to believe in myself, because I did not believe in myself. When you're being put down so much and you're not sure that's what you are, what you want to be, it was actually a journey that actually helped us ladies come together and collaborate to do this book. And I just thought it was a great way to get out there. And when God told this lady to tell me he wanted me to be part of this book, I was like, okay. And it's funny because my second book, Collaboration, again, it's actually Impacting One Voice. Well, that book was actually one is a young lady, she's a well-known speaker. Why not want you to be a collaboration in my part of my, no more collaborations, I told her. But God said, yes, you are. So the chapter in that book is Never Say Never, God has a plan for you.
Ooh.
So that is the title of that part, but that actually is number one on Amazon. But I do have my own cover, but R.B. Robinson is the author that's on Amazon.
Yeah.
But I would love for them to get it to make it that way you get an autographed copy.
Ooh,
so
yes.
yeah, all of my books I have at home and I
Yes.
autographed them and I put a little something in that book to give
Okay.
and encourage people. So, and then my book, the last one,
Yes.
God's Grace Through the Fire from Struggle to Triumph,
Ooh,
brings
like
it all
that.
together because it's my book. And
Right.
I felt so proud, Pete, when I said, this is my book. So
Yep.
it's my full story and how I survived to do this, and also to, like, you talk about collaboration, to collaborate in my business to help my business, our business, to be successful in what I'm doing today.
What do you think, like, growing up and under the, when you have kids that are in abusive relationships, families, how did you kind of overcome that through your journey? Could you share with our viewers a little bit about that?
Yeah, actually, it's funny because when I was with my mom, that's when my stepfather was abusive with her. A social worker came to the house, and I was only 10 years old, and I said, I want to be a social worker. I had no idea that's what God was going to have me do.
Wow.
So I look at people, especially even like with the mentoring. Even when I was working in corporate, I don't like to see women's self-esteem, even men, self-esteem or confidence be taken away. So I give them that positive input to say, you can do better. You believe in yourself, So it was actually the journey that I went through, especially writing this book. So in my book, the last one I have a journal. So I would tell my journey, and then I have a journal in there for them to write down so they can get through those situations that they have. Because I said, never let anybody put you down. I remember my mother, before she died the day after I moved here. She was only 67. I said, Mom, don't let nobody steal your joy. And that is my thing. Never let anybody steal your joy, because you are God's gift. He created each one of us differently, and that's who we are. We're unique in our own way.
Yes. Yeah, I love when people talk about the uniqueness, to think of God made everybody have an individual thumbprint or fingerprint. I mean, it blows your mind to think how many billions of people there are on the planet. Everybody has an individual thing. So, I mean, if you're not like believing in God, I don't know how you wrap your head around that one.
Absolutely. Everything is this world. We need peace in this world today.
Yes.
It's a lot going on. And, it's just not having God in your life. I tell you, I really can't say I wouldn't be who I am today.
Right.
If it wasn't for God, because he knew what he planned for me. And that's actually Jeremiah 29:11 is actually what I thrive on. God has a plan for you, not to harm you, but to give you hope.
Yes.
And that has been one of the verses after I left IBM, I always say, he has a plan for each one of us to do what you are supposed to do in your life, and just following his guidance. But you got to listen.
Yes.
You got to listen. Even though we don't listen sometimes.
Right. Yeah.
You got to listen to that little voice. And I know I'm guilty of it,
Sure.
So you got to listen to what he's planning for you. And because I'm always busy, Dennis probably tell I'm always networking and I'm always doing something, but I had to slow down, and he will slow you down if you don't listen.
Yes. I can vouch for that. My idol was golf and working. And all of a sudden, a stroke hit me. I didn't play golf, and I had to change my work. And so through all that, I found that I don't have to golf 5 days a week. I just talk about golf. I get the same kind of high. And if you would have told me that 2 years ago, I would have said you're crazy. But, as you say, God has a plan for us, and sometimes it's not what we think it is. Yeah. So what would you say, like being an author, how does that kind of give you confidence? Or, I know, because when I got my first book, I was shouting from every rooftop I could shout from. Share with our viewers that experience when you embrace that concept of having your own book.
Yes, it was, oh my God. I mean, even though I had the 2 collaboration books, so when my books came in the mail, in the box, and I looked at it, I said, wow, I finally did it. I mean, who would ever think this little girl from Chicago grew up, with abuse, and thank God for my father who actually, and my stepmother who gave me that strength to be able to do what I'm doing. I felt exhilaration, and I just have to say thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord, for giving me this opportunity to do this. And it's funny because my book launch actually was last week. My daughter, I have two daughters, by the way. Both of them are very talented. Right. My younger daughter, she interviewed me on stage at the church. Oh my God. Yeah. So it was and it was a great book launch. I had a lot of people that supported me that came. Right. And it was just exhilarating. But I tell you, writing that book, I started crying all over again. But you know what? The end of the chapter, the last part of my chapter is called forgiveness. Okay. I had to learn how to keep. I'm thinking, okay, I forgave, but you don't forget. You keep, when the memory comes up, you forget that you forgave. So, but it was actually exhilarating to know that Wanda Pearson, my own book, but it started with those collaborations, that I had to do to get through it, and it was like little short, chapters that you do in those books, But this was my full book, and so many people said, "Wanda, where is your book? When are you going to have your book out?" So I knew I had to push myself, to get my book done, and I did. It took me 9 months, but at least I got it done. Some people say it's taken them 25 years. They have the book and they haven't finished it. So I'm telling you, that is the truth. My partner was sharing that one guy's been working 10 years on a book, and it's like 10 years. Wow, that's super procrastination right there. But 9 months is a quick turnaround. Well, it was, because I had my book launch last year, which was the Dash to Shine. I had the other authors at my book launch, and I had them on the stage. I said we were like Oprah, right? So my daughter interviewed all six. It was 6 of them there, and my goal was to have my book done this year. So, and that's what pushed me to do it. So I actually, Peter, I would sit on the couch, did my downtime. And get on my phone. I did a lot on my phone, and then Google Docs. So I start adding my notes in there, and then I put it together, and that's how I came to nutrition. Actually, my daughter, she created my book cover, God's Grace Through the Fire. Do you have a copy you can show our viewers? Yes, Bartina maybe can get it for us. Yeah, we want to show our viewers we got to give a shout out to your daughter, because it's my daughter Tori Logan. It's actually my do you have her book? Yes. Yeah. So so is she a design person, or what? How did she go about putting the? Okay. She's an artist. Oh wow, beautiful. She's an artist. So I just told her, Tori, I want you to create a book cover for me. Okay. And she did. She created the book cover, and she also created my bookmark. Ooh, yes. And on the back of it is Jeremiah 29:11. Nice. So I made sure also on the back of my book. Yes. This book, one time, she just created this because I went going through the fire. I wanted it a smooth fire, so like a ribbon, here. So this book was actually one of my masterpieces, because my son-in-law, I have a very talented family. Her husband actually formatted the book for me. Okay. Yeah. Good. So it was family affair. Yeah. Yes, it was. It was, and I truly am blessed to have the talent. And my older daughter, she actually is a interior designer, so she was my event planner. Okay. So I have a dang. Hey, I'm not going to say that God kind of put a few people in your life to make this project happen, but it certainly seems like you were blessed by having all the bright people right at your fingertips in your family to put this together. Yes, I did. I did. I'm so proud of both of them. But actually, the artistry wasn't for me. It's actually from Dennis. Okay. Dennis is like a very modest type of artist, because he had a print business for 25 years. Oh. And I had no idea that he could draw. Yeah. So we were married when my daughter was 5 years old. I said, "This is my older daughter," and I had no idea that he could draw. So he actually is the one that put that in him, but the design more so. I put my older daughter. I like to decorate. So, put that into her. So what do I think? Is your book on Amazon? Yes, it's on Amazon. Okay. Yeah. So if you're in the Kennesaw area and you're part of KBA,
you can even order Wanda's book. We'll put a link in the show notes. And then you got to run down Wanda to sign it.
Yes.
So you can have that autographed copy, or we're going to put your number, we'll put your links in there.
Yes, yes.
So if they want to just get a hold of you to get it signed and they don't think they're going to run into you, well, we can do that too.
No, I can mail it to them.
Okay. Okay.
I have a link that they can order.
Okay, good.
And I just mail it to them. That way they don't have to wait on me, but I mail it.
Ooh, sweet.
They're going to the post office every day.
Hey, look, we got to keep him busy.
Yeah.
You know, he was the one that because I met Dennis first and I was saying, come on, Dennis, man, I love LegalShield. Let's get you on. And he was going, well, I tell you, the person you got to have on is my wife. So he's like, I didn't know if he was like, I wasn't sure what his motive there, but now I know that is good to have you because, you know, being, I want to say like BNI and being IBM and all, you have super training through all both of those. We'll close out, but I'm just curious, when you were working at IBM, did you have anything on the side? Like, did you like to tinker with a business or was it? Oh, really? Okay.
It was we've been in for 26 years. So
okay.
Yeah, we moved from New Jersey.
Gotcha. Okay.
So yeah, LegalShield.
Gotcha. Okay.
But I got into a full time when I retired from my
Okay. Now I kind of now I put it together. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna, I don't know anybody. I've lost touch because that was years ago. So we'll put your links in the show notes, and I'm sure maybe you'll come back for another show, and we'll talk about the business side of it because I know that we deal with businesses. So
yes,
because I think it's so important to have options. Yeah, and attorneys, they're not the cheapest people out there.
Absolutely.
So I've had some big attorney bills that I'm not proud that I paid. Yeah. But that's just the nature of the business. And that's why LegalShield is where they are today.
Absolutely.
They give affordable legal advice and documents and work. And so I love that. We're going to have you back if you want to come back. Yes, really talk about the business side.
Yeah, I would love to do. That's my passion, is to actually get small businesses protected as well.
Good. Good.
So definitely I would love to come back.
Awesome. And I know Dennis, this morning when I was at breakfast with him, I didn't know this, but there's an app that LegalShield has, and you can actually construct your will on the mobile. That's crazy. Yes. I mean,
I'm a long way, right?
Yes. I mean, mine was done years ago. I have to update it because of the change. But the idea that you can actually do it on your app, that's crazy. You don't have to drive to the attorney's office.
No, you can schedule your call.
Yes, that's good.
So no, we love it. They have come a long way.
Awesome. All righty. I hear Martina that she's my accountability so I don't get in trouble with our people on the video side. Well, Wanda, we want to thank you so much for being a guest on our podcast. And we'd love for you to think about somebody that would be a good guest on our show. Okay. And two is we want you to give us kind of like the last insight for our viewers. Like, is there something you'd like them to go away with?
Yeah. Everybody has a passion, right? And my passion was to social work, get out into the community. I had the corporate experience, but also writing your book, but helping people to be able to educate. And my whole thing is educate, empower. Right. People to know our business, LegalShield, as well as with my business, Wanda Pearson Associates. But you have a passion to be able to do what God had given you to do. Yes. It's time to step out of that
comfort zone
comfort zone.
Yes.
To be able to do what He had planned for you to do. Yes. So, but I would love to connect with each one of you all.
Yes, absolutely.
And, I appreciate you, Keith, for having me on here. Thank you so much.
And we'll put it in the show notes, but tell how viewers can get a hold of you.
Okay. You can get a hold of me. You can actually, my phone number is 678-761-5781. Or my email is, I'm gonna give you the simple one, Wanda, WANDA, PEARSON @att.net. I do have my business email, but I give that to Pete. It can be in the notes.
Okay, awesome. Well, Wanda, thank you for being a guest
Thank
on
you.
Kennesaw Happenings. We appreciate you taking your time to come over here and be with us.
Well, thank you so much, Pete.
Okay.
I appreciate it.